So, Doink the Clown has sadly died. Matt Bourne, or Matt Osborne, who is most famous for playing the original WWF Doink the Clown character, has passed away at the age of 86. He was found in Texas by his girlfriend, but the specifics are still unknown. Fans will best know him as the 90s comedy and heel version of the character, though he has wrestled under various gimmicks since the late 70s, including Matt Bourne, Big Josh in WCW, where he won the United States Tag Team Championship with Ron Simmons, and the World Six-Man Tag Team Championship with Dustin Rhodes and Tom Zennick. Osborne also appeared in the original ECW as Doink in 1994, with the storyline that he had become bitter with the clown character. His last legitimate WWE appearance as Doink came on the December 10th, 2007 edition of Raw, and that was the 15th anniversary, where he wrestled in the Legends Battle Royal.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Jesus. It's my karma. Like, literally, I was going on about my graduation, and, you know, my microphone was like, you know what? Fuck you, Liam. Fuck you in the arse. And it just disabled itself. So I had to just I was just faffing around trying to sort it out. Apologies.
We sounded fapping.
Faffing? You... What is wrong with you? That's a
know.
legitimate question, Andy. What is actually wrong with you?
I need to get laid. What? Doink the Clown. Discuss.
Doink the Clown has died, but, you know, it was... Let's be honest, it was Doink the Clown, so...
Yeah, but I mean, like... It's sad, because he was only 56.
And he played Doink the Clown.
Yeah, but Doink the Clown is one of those characters that I think everyone knows.
Yeah, but not one that people actually go, oh, I'm a big fan of Doink the Clown. Oh, Doink the Clown for WWE Champion.
It's not nice, is it?
Well, it's true. Let's be honest. Out there, who of you has actually thought main event star? When you looked at Doink the Clown, did you actually think this guy...
That's not the point. A lot of mid-carders are really good.
Yeah, but not all of them were Doink the Clown.
Rest in peace, Doink the Clown.
No, not Doink the Clown, the guy who played Doink the Clown. Doink the Clown...
Yes, Matt Bourne. Rest in peace, Matt Bourne.
It's like... You guys all sound a bit like Corey Ledesma right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to be completely honest. You sound like Corey Ledesma.
How the fuck do I sound like Corey Ledesma?
Before his death, nobody gave a damn about him. And now that he's died, it's like, oh, rest in peace, Doink the Clown. Oh, what a wrestler, yeah, what a fucking great character he was. And that to me is kind of like Corey Ledesma going with SmackDown versus Raw 2009, saying, we're going to make a Legends pack with Doink the Clown. Nobody gave a shit.
I'll just move on then. So Matt Striker has been released. Matt Striker's WWE contract has not been renewed, and the announcer is effectively gone from the promotion. The former wrestler noted on Twitter, was informed by @WWE that my contract will not be renewed. I am now available for appearances, signings, seminars, and wrestling. Deep breath. Thanks for the support. To book, please, you're a teacher, Matt. You can't spell please right. Email from mattstriker@gmail.com. At WWE has your entertainment first in their mind. Support that product. No, Matt. And you suck. Literally, this guy, like, at one point, I thought Matt Striker was good as an announcer because, like, he was enthusiastic and he gave a shit. And then around about the point where he started making up random facts, like, oh, this is the first time that the fucking Intercontinental title has fucking been defended in Texas. And it's just like, there's like a Botchamania clip about 17 people that fucking defended it in Texas. You're just like, what? And like, the best bit was when Booker T came back at one of the Royal Rumbles, and it's like, yo man, it's like a muck-up moment, bro. I'm mucking out. Yeah! I'm like, oh.
Don't do that, Matt. Don't do that.
Stop. No, seriously, Matt. No, really. No, seriously. No. So, I'm just, again, not many people care. And apparently Alex Riley has taken over his position on Superstars.
Well, my problem with Matt is that I didn't find him... It's going to sound weird, but I didn't like his voice. He didn't have a commentator's voice. You know, you listen to somebody like Jim Ross, he sounds like a commentator. But Matt Striker, to me, he was very one note. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he was good at like being a backstage interview type guy, but like as soon as he got into the commentary table, it was just like, no. Like
But the thing is,
he made stuff up on a regular
no,
basis.
right.
He made it up.
Let's discuss this, right? Because as you said, when Matt Striker was first an announcer, I think it was on ECW or something, people really liked him, and I think the reason why people liked him was because before he was making up facts, he was telling us real facts. He actually knew something about the product and its history, something that I think a lot of the commentators nowadays don't really seem to have. Like, he actually genuinely was a fan of the product, he was a fan of the industry, he knew things. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he was being told to say random facts that weren't real, but eventually what started happening, and I think this was backstage, she said it in an interview, and this is like famous, anyone who knows like Mick Foley and Taz know this, but the commentators are told that they can't call the moves, they've got to talk about the storylines. Joey Styles said in his shoot fucking work that in 2006 that you got to tell the story and not call the moves and things like that. But that's based on truth. That's why Mick Foley left. He was a commentator of SmackDown for a short period of time. That's why Taz left. They were getting annoyed at being shouted at down the mic, down the fucking headset, saying, "Look, do this, say that, say this. Don't talk about that. Don't call that move." And I think that's the reason why he started making stuff up. I don't know. Maybe he was nervous and he was just saying random crap just so he could make it sound like a story as opposed to saying, "Oh, suplex and whatever." But a lot of it, I think, was Matt Striker bad? A little bit. Like I said, I thought he didn't have the best voice. He didn't sound like an announcer. Not an announcer, a commentator. He didn't sound like one. But he knew a lot about the product. I think he was held back because of Vince, controlling what they're saying. And I think, for me, I think that's really bad. I mean, it shows a lack of trust, I would say, with the commentators, that Vince or whoever, I don't know, it might not be Vince anymore, but somebody's going down the headset saying, say this, say that. I think there's a trust issue there. I think if you did truly trust your commentators, you wouldn't need to do that.
Yeah, and it's got to be like somebody sat there in Gorilla that's just like, oh, don't fucking call that move or whatever. I don't think it's just that. I think that the only good quality that the Striker actually had, which I think every fucking company needs, is an ounce of enthusiasm.
But that's because
care about what is going on.
That's because he was a fan. This is the thing, and it's so simple. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not part of WWE. So I don't want any trolls saying, "Oh, if you think you know everything, go and work for WWE." I don't work for WWE. I worked in the wrestling industry like 3 days as a fucking cameraman, right? So I'm not saying I know everything, but it just seems to me I don't understand why they won't get fans.
Yeah,
there's got to be some great voiceover talent, voiceover actors who are fans of wrestling. There just has to be. I mean, the probability is pretty high, I'd say. Like, you just find somebody who's a good voiceover person, like, they just have a bit of charisma to their voice. But they're fans, and they have knowledge of the product, and its past, and the wrestlers. There's nothing worse. Like, what was his name? Fucking Mike Adamle. That was terrible. Well, it was great, but that for a very different reason. It was bad because he didn't know anything about the product. He didn't know how wrestling worked. He didn't know the characters. He didn't know the moves.
Do you know who I miss?
Who?
Don West. And here's why. The guy kind of didn't really, know that much. But he got so into it that he kind of just, I can't think of the right word, but he with this energy and the passion that he had, it's almost like he fucking blurred out that I don't really know what the hell was going on. And it's like, fucking Jesus Christ, what the fuck did we just see? And it's just like, that's enthusiasm. And you look at UFC and you look at, oh fuck, what's his name? Joe Rogan, right? Yes, he's got all the knowledge, he's done jiu-jitsu or something like that. And but he shouts down the mic, and he has enthusiasm, and when someone gets knocked out, he goes ape shit. Can you imagine Michael Cole doing that? He would just be like, "Oh my," and it'd just be shit. It'd just be so bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck happened? Like, everyone is so monotone. It's just like, no one cares. They're just there to get a paycheck and just talk. They hate it when they talk amongst themselves about stupid shit. Like, haha, you got a hat on. Haha. Like, look at the app. Like, I don't care. Talk about what's going on in the fucking ring. And, like, people are like, oh, NXT's commentary's brilliant. No, I've looked at NXT. They do the exact same thing. So...
It's just they have William Regal, who is one of those rare talents where I think he has a lot of charisma, he has a lot of knowledge.
Well, the one I watched, it didn't have Regal. It just had some guy and
Brad
someone
Maddox,
else. I don't know who the hell it was. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
This is the thing, and, you know, commentating is a very different thing to wrestlers. I've said in the past that a wrestler doesn't necessarily need to be a talker. That's what managers are for, right? That's fine. You look at Michael McGillicuddy. He's not exactly the best talker, but he's with Paul Heyman. That's enough. That's enough for the guy to get over, I think. He's pretty good in the ring. Not the best, but he's all right. He's not a good talker, but that's why they gave him Paul Heyman. A commentator's not the same. Just because there's two of them does not mean that one has to be a history buff and the other has to have charisma. They both need it. That's a fact. If one sounds bored and the other one doesn't know what he's talking about, you're in for a shit product.
I think you could have, like, one that's kind of knowledgeable and knows all the moves, and then you could have someone that's just like, holy mother of fuck, he just, like, broke his arm or something, like...
No, I would disagree. I think they both need charisma and knowledge. I think... Because then that way, it just seems to make sense. Because then when they're talking about knowledge, they can play off each other.
I mean, you look at one of the greatest calls of all time when The Undertaker chokes that Mankind through the cell. And JI just like, holy fuck, he's dead. Like, he's fucked. And then you've got the guy who was actually a wrestler going, yes, he is most likely now dead. That was brilliant. That's one of the greatest calls ever. And, I mean, like... There was one call, I think it was like the TLC on Raw that happened, and like, someone gets pushed off a ladder, and JR just got, someone called the EMTs! And then like, I don't know, was it King of that time?
That man has a family!
Yeah, they're... Exactly! What the hell? Why can't you just be enthusiastic? For fuck's sake. God.
And it's just, it's bad when the commentators, there's dead air. You know, you can see you can tell they don't know what to say. They don't...
Crowd's dead. The commentary's dead. It's just like nothing. There's no sound. You could hear a pin drop, for fuck's sake. No one cares anymore. It's just like, end wrestling. No one gives a fuck.
But, I don't know, like, Matt Striker... Was he the best? No. Like I said, I didn't think he had a very great... He didn't have a commentator's voice, but... I mean... What was he doing? He was like a wrestler, but then he was... a backstage interviewer, and he was, I don't know, like...
Wasn't he, like, Big Daddy V's manager?
Yeah, this is the thing. He got moved around too much, and I just didn't care. And the other thing is it's not that much of a surprise, because, let's be honest, he never had a major presence in WWE.
And that, well, when they tried to, he was like, mark out moment! I'm like, oh, no, Matt, no.
Exactly. Like...
Matt.
It's they gave him a shot and he sort of messed up, and since then he's been the backstage interviewer of, I think, SmackDown, which isn't even the top show at the moment, and he's been fucking on Superstars. Why? Like, really? Are we all shocked? Are we all surprised that the guy's gone? He wasn't JR. Heck, he wasn't even Michael Cole. Say what you want about Cole, but at least he's bloody calling Raw. Is Cole good? No, he's not. But he's actually on the main thing. I'd be surprised if they let Cole go. Wasn't that surprised with Matt Striker?
The Cole will be there for life. They just love Michael Cole.